Okay,
way, way.
hold on, Zilla. Hold on.
All right, okay.
Okay, so okay, we're gonna talk about protection now. Listen, I don't want to hear. Shauna, can you please mute up? You got some background coming in. I don't want to hear any more talk about, um, what black men being physically abusive, towards black women. I don't want to hear any more of that talk, okay? The black women are the least married and the highest divorce in this country, and right behind them is black men, okay? If you guys look at the 2021 census data, so as recent as 2021, black women that were married, 94% of them were married to black men. Of black men that were married, 85% of them were married to black women. So of the black men and black women that are getting married, they are getting married to each other. And so, like, when black women are talking about divesting and doing all this, that, and the third, only 4% of you were married to Caucasian men. Like I don't know, what's that? 2% was married to Hispanic. 7% of black men that were married were married. We're dating each other, okay? There's no gender war that exists. Don't think because you get on TikTok and on social media and see people on podcasts saying different things about black men and black. No, black men and black women are dating each other and they're getting married to each other. So the same way that black men, physically abuse black women, that's the same way Caucasian men physically abuse Caucasian women. That's the same way Hispanic and Asian men physically abuse Hispanic and Asian women. I don't want to hear any more of that talk anymore. Okay, like it's a dumb argument. Secondly, secondly, so that's that on that. I don't want to hear any more of that talk anymore. And if you feel so, I had a live about this to the black woman on the panel, to the black woman in here. If you feel so unprotected, if you feel so afraid of black men, go date other people. Okay, I don't want to hear any more. It's a disingenuous BS argument. Okay, don't try to stop trying to paint all these black men as if they're monsters. Okay,
That's not what I said.
a lot of y'all ain't even experienced what you're talking about. So just
That's not what I
cut it
said,
out.
and I definitely
I'm not
experienced what I
saying
was
that's
talking
what
about.
you said. I'm saying what I said. I said I don't want to hear it anymore. It's a disingenuous BS argument. If you feel unprotected by black men, go date somebody else.
So is
Go date
so
somebody
is
else.
so is half of the stuff that the passport brothers say about black women,
Okay, I'm not done.
talking about them.
Hold on. I'm not done. Okay, I don't want to hear it anymore. Just go date somebody. Just go date somebody else if they're gonna be more protective of you. Um,
Facts. Go in. That's why I support the passport brothers. Like, leave.
right. Okay. But so we're gonna talk about protecting black women now. We can start off with you, Miss Cutie. I want to know from the black woman on the panel and all the black women in the chat. What does it mean when they say protect black women? What does that mean to you? And I'm asking everyone, like, personally, do you feel that, if you're possibly in danger, especially at the hands of a man, do you feel that a man that doesn't know you from a can of paint, do you feel that a man that has no loyalty to you and you have no loyalty to him, do you feel that a black man needs to put his life on the line for you? I want to know. So let's start with you, Miss Cutie, and then we'll go to Shauna, and then we'll go to LW. But let me say my answer is no. Okay. If you want protection, it is your father's obligation to protect you. It is your boyfriend or your husband's obligation to protect you. It is not a black man that you don't know from a can of paint that has no loyalty to you and vice versa to protect you. Okay. If something is going on, it's not up to him to put his life on the line, so his mom can be crying, so his sisters can be crying, so his wife or his kids can be crying. It's not his job to put his life on the line for you. So that's where I stand on that. If you want protection, it's the man in your family. It's your husband's obligation to protect you. It's not Zilla. It's not Rebel. It's not Noble's job to protect you and risk their life or end up being severely injured for you to go back to that same man or go back and do the same stuff all over again. You're not entitled to protection from black men that don't know you simply because you're a black woman. Go ahead, Miss Cutie.
It depends on the situation, I think.
So, for example, like if you have a woman, she fighting with her guy, and he beating her up, and you see him, and you try to go stop it, and the guy pull a gun out on you, and she get up, and then all of a sudden, she back with him, or she like stop and get in a car with him. No, you should not get in those type of situations. But if you see somebody trying to kidnap me, and you see me just walking and this white van pull up, I will hope that somebody, or my daughter, and no matter if they black or white, or but if it's a black man, I would hope they would help, because I would do the same thing if it was their child or their daughter or the situation. Just like we were saying the Tyre Nichols thing, like you just said, it's not our job to protect those. So again, this guy put these tweets out, and it was disrespectful towards black women. It's not our job to fight that fight. The white women should fight it. You said everything that I'm saying, but you just said it from a male's perspective. But it depends on the situation, on when what is happening. Like if you see a car coming, and we standing on a bus stop, and I look to go check the bus coming, and somebody going 80, and you see it, please grab the back of my shirt so I don't die. That's not like putting your life in danger. That's just being a watchman of your community.
Well,
That's the problem in our community. We don't have nobody that care anymore. Everybody is unempathetic. I would die for somebody else's child, depending on the situation.
okay, that hey, I respect you saying that you would die. And obviously, stopping someone from crossing the street when a car is coming, that's significantly different than someone, a woman, a black woman being in a fight with a man or another black man. But Miss Cutie, I'm not, I don't think there's any honor um in being a dead hero. There's a lot of black men that are in their grave right now because they attempted to intervene in something that was none of their business. And that woman that they tried to intervene and help, she went right back to that guy. She that man's didn't hear from that woman's family for trying to intervene and help. They didn't help with his funeral. She moved on. She don't give a damn about him. Yeah, I don't like. There's some of these men. So these men were sons. They were brothers. They were fathers, and I'm not even a father, but for a man that's a father, you need to put your family first, like not somebody that you don't know from a can of paint. Now, I'm not saying that I'm just gonna see some stuff going on and literally do nothing at all. I can call authority, but I'm not gonna intervene.
So
I'm not
all
going
those.
to I'm not going to intervene at all personally.
So
No.
let me ask you, black man, this. Say, for example, y'all was in Buffalo when that boy did that shooting, and y'all seen him, and y'all see I can kick that rifle out of his hand. Would y'all did it, or would y'all just ran away? But you see him shooting all these black people up because they're
I
black.
got this one. It depends on how I feel about the women and what they said about me. If they said I'm dusty and I'm ugly, I wouldn't protect them. It's not my fight. They can get the men who aren't dusty to protect them.
For me to answer your question,
Mm-hmm.
um if I'm carrying, I just think it would, and if I'm carrying and I could, like, take down the shooter, um that's what I would do. But
And
I
that's protection. Even that thought that you have, that's protecting. So that
Okay,
is
but
protecting
Miss
us.
Cutie, that's not the same as two people being in a fight. Somebody being over there and having their back turned to me, or they can't see me, and I'm carrying and I snipe them. That is completely different than you and a man being in a fight and me going to try to intervene and not
Yeah.
knowing what the man has on him, and even forget even passing away, getting severely injured, anything of the sort. Those two are completely different things.
And I said that. I said that do not intervene in those type of situations. And that happens. And it's not, some women are knuckleheads, and they'll go back to them, and they'll be in this abusive relationship. I get that part. But I'm saying overall, in our community, we are not protected. And I ain't talking about domestic violence situations. I'm just saying in general. When we go to the stores and we're pumping gas, we're not protect. I'm talking about things like that. I'm not talking about no domestic violence and she a knucklehead and he a knucklehead. I'm talking about some real life situations and where we're not being protected. All these kids coming up missing, and some people may seen something and won't say nothing or didn't help. I'm talking about stuff like that, real life stuff that really affects us.
Okay, if we want to talk about real life stuff, if we want to talk about like stuff like, like you said, missing kids and people not wanting to cooperate with authority, if we're talking about real life stuff, we understand why people don't want to cooperate with authority, right? We understand what could possibly come behind people cooperating with authority, right?
To an extent. To an
Okay,
extent.
so
I'm Charleston White's sister. It depends on the situation. I'm telling on your black ass. Depending on what you're doing. I'm definitely, if you're being a cancer to the community, I'm telling.
Miss Cutie, Charleston White is telling when it pertains to him. Charleston White is not just opening his mouth and trying to be the community snitch. So if we
I
if we
have
are
that.
if we are talking about real life and we understand real life repercussions, if it does not have anything to do with me and it is none of my business, I'm not going to put myself in business that has nothing to do with me. Why would I do that?
Well, if it's gonna protect some lives in my community, I will put my life on the line. If it's
Okay,
gonna
so
save
it's gonna
children, if it's
it's
gonna save people, I will put my life on the line, depending on the situation it is.
okay. I
But you don't
respect
have
that.
a lot of men like that because they
Okay,
have
and
their
there's yeah,
identity.
and there's nothing wrong. There's nothing wrong. Okay, that's you. Like I said, I respect you can put your life on the line for stuff that's none of your business. But there's nothing wrong with another man or another woman not wanting to do that.
It's
That's
nothing wrong
that's
with
their
it.
that's their prerogative. So if you want to protect other people's lives, but put you and your family's lives possibly in danger, you can do that. But if another man or another woman doesn't want to do that, there's nothing wrong with that. That's their prerogative.
Right, but I'm saying that makes our community weak. Right, we're the weakest people right now. We're the weakest link in the chain, and
Uh,
that's because we don't have that unity. We don't have no. Everybody seem like they're scared. We got to quit. Stop being so damn scary and fight for our people.
Real
And can
quick.
I answer that?
yeah, Shauna, you can go next.
Um, I don't think nobody should ever have to put themselves in imminent danger for nobody's situation. Period. So that's man or woman. Like I don't expect nobody to go up and like up to a person with a gun and act like they Superman and they got a steel chest. Like I'm not going up for nobody to nothing like that. However, just like what Miss Cutie was saying, we're talking about real life situations. Where it like this is just why I'm not just talking about physical assault, even when it comes to SA and things like that. When it's like people really, yeah, like they would rather tell the victim what to do or what to wear or not to say that you can't advise preventative measures, but y'all would rather do that and just stop there rather than band together and figure out who these Chesters are. What is they doing to our community? Why are they doing this to not only just little girls but little boys? Why are they doing this as far as like little boys getting into gangs and stuff like that? Y'all don't want to correct people who are in charge or in power. Y'all want to try to come for the smaller person who you understand like they're marginalized. They don't understand it. It's one thing to try to prevent it. It's one thing to try to teach them to learn. But when are we going to stop being scary as fuck? Stop being scary. Stop. That's what I honestly, me personally, I'm just like, stop being fucking scary and go after me personally. Like, maybe it's just me. I got hurt. I'm gonna go after people who I know is fucked up people in our community. It's not just a person making a mistake. Like I do think we should. What happened to Tyree Nichols was fucked up, straight up. Regardless of what he said, we're not talking about people like him personally. Me personally, at least. I'm talking about how did we let people like R. Kelly go for years, for decades, shit like that, just being able to harm our community, and y'all want to try to get away from conversations like that? No, let's talk about it. How do we get away from being able to like actually correct who needs to really be corrected for real? Like, stop being scary and go after. Like, it's not to say that we can't try to rehabilitate and correct and hold accountable people who really need help and to be guidance to know that these people that's trying to manipulate you and hurt you, they not doing what they think they doing, because this is real life shit. Yeah, it's people, obviously, yeah, you gonna stop somebody who's physically trying to kidnap somebody, but you got so many dudes who would try to justify somebody who's grown as hell going after somebody who's like 15, 16, because they just said yes. Like, that's not cool. You got people who would justify that, man or woman. Man or woman. You got people who would justify basically how I lack for a better term, subtle violence. Subtle violence. Y'all justify, y'all look over it, y'all breeze past it. Instead of like, and instead of attacking that, y'all try to make it about everything else. Like, no, let's correct everything. But like, I just feel like our biggest thing in our community is like we attacking the wrong people.
Wait, so Shauna, you think, do you think, are you saying that you believe that there's more black men and black women that are um like not being like sympathetic to SA victims and trying to more so blame them?
SADV, everything. I feel
Really?
like we normalize violence a lot.
Wait,
Yes.
wait,
What you
wait, wait.
mean, really?
So you feel that there are more black men and black women that are, instead of, being sympathetic to these people, that they're more so trying to justify it and victim blame them.
Yeah, in a sense, yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna respectfully disagree with you on that. I don't see that.
No,
I
but
do.
let me tell you, a black woman, one of my sisters, somebody would not want to bring violence to. On last week Thursday, she went up to my daughter's school and she fought my daughter and her friends. A grown woman, a real estate investor, because she said her daughter was being bullied on. But I feel like she won about it as an adult in the community, someone who brings value to the community. You went about that situation a whole wrong way. And this is how crazy our community is. Instead of talking, like contacting me or the other moms to say, hey, the girls got this going on, you went and caused violence to some other black girls and got the black girls arrested. And she went to their school. And we wasn't there in time to advocate for them, so they were arrested. However, I'm just saying, like, how our community is just so ass backwards with shit. Instead of, we don't have elders no more. Nobody want to be the elder. Nobody want to play that part. Everybody want to be rah rah, or everybody want to be something on social media. We don't have that
Somebody said
realness
it
no
so
more.
perfectly. The adults want to be the kids, and the kids want to be the adults. Like, that's what we going through right now, and it's like real fucked up. Nobody want to address it for real. Nobody want to address it because it means that we all got to look in within ourselves. Period. Like, and people don't want to change certain things about themselves and realize, damn, like I was enabling some real dangerous shit. We all did. I'm gonna say it out, like out my heart. Like, I know. I listen. I come from it. Like, we all did. We all done said something that's, fucked up, vile, something. But
We
we
don't know how
gotta
to
learn to correct
communicate.
ourselves.
We don't.
Yeah.
It's the communication is what's killing us. From the man and the woman, from the elders to the youth, no one knows how to communicate. I don't know what happened along the lines, but we don't know how to communicate. We had communication, I think things would be totally different. We learn how to understand each other and where each other is coming from, but it's not there. So you will have a mom or you will have some bullshit like that. Now you got five girls with stuff on their records because you acted as a child. You was thinking like a child on their level. Now I'm Mama Bear. Now I could go rah rah, but I'm not gonna even take it that way. But I'm just saying how we think as a people. And this is another sister, this is another black woman, a professional black woman at that. And it's terrible that we think like this. So you were willing to risk everything that you built to go fight some teenagers that was messing with your daughter via what's that, DMing her. Come on now, we got to do better as people. So it's just we just messed up. Period. We the weakest link. Everybody else winning, and we the weakest link finna fall apart because we on social media going against each other. We gotta
Traumatized
do
as fuck.
better.
Go ahead, LW. Go ahead.
Me personally, I have brothers. I have a father. I would never, ever want to put them in a situation that would actually put them in harm's way out of love for them. And so I wouldn't expect any, and I look, I don't know the next black man, but he's somebody's father and brother. And I wouldn't want to put him in harm's way because of me not knowing how to get away from a man who is not good to me. We as black women need to learn how to leave these men alone, and don't, because it will put your family members in harm's way. I love my brothers. I wouldn't even tell them if it was some. I'd have to take the lick. I'd have to take it for the team because I put myself in that situation. I'm not going to do that, and that's out of love. And that's all really I have to say about it.
No,
I'm
so do you okay, but do you feel that you deserve, or like, do you feel like black men that are not your brother, are not your father, that are not your family, are supposed to protect you?
I don't think that they're responsible for my life. I feel like as an adult, I should use common sense, wisdom, the things that adults acquire as they go through life, and not try and put myself in bad situations so that no one else has to put their lives at risk. So I would keep my business in my household. That's where it would stay. And if my life is in danger, I need to wake up and learn how to leave that situation. So I don't believe that the next black man is responsible for my adult life. No, I don't. I feel like there are other ways, that there are other um ways that we can protect each other, but not when it comes down to life. That's a totally different thing as far as I'm concerned. Being a good Samaritan, I think that would be good regardless of what color you are. That's something different. But I'm never going to put my brother, my father, my nephew, nobody's life in danger. I'm just not going to do it. Nor the stranger that I don't know. I'm not going to put. I just, it's a human life. I'm not going to do it.
I
Zilla,
told my blood sister I wouldn't do it. Like I told my blood sister straight up, like, listen, y'all want to act out, you want to do right with the dude, okay. And I'm not gonna act like in my younger years I ain't did the same shit with my dude. Like it happened. Like, but I'm not gonna just continuously. If I know I'm not gonna put nobody in danger at all. Like, if when I was doing stupid shit, I did stupid shit on my own accord. Period. But I wasn't gonna stay in that. And
But
I
you always got some black women and some younger black women do this a lot. I'm gonna call my brother. I'm gonna call my cousin, and they done started the whole damn fight. So I get it where people, don't want to put themselves in harm's way,
right.
and it's because that mentality. When I say this country did a number on us as a people, it did a number on us, a number on us.
Facts.